Welcome to Breaking News Wahala, celebrating pride, excellence, culture, especially the Nigerian way, is something we need to showcase more. And Pride in Lagos sets that standard, or have always been setting that standard rather. With latest Pride in Lagos, it was a place filled with glitz, glamour, lots of happy tones, interesting conversations, keynote speaker, and fantastic topics. Attended by a lot of people from BC Alini.
Now, a final blessing. Let me leave you with this. May your queerness always be a source of strength, not shame. Amen. May your love always be loud enough to drown out hate. Amen. May your life be full of pride. It becomes contagious. May you find peace in the storm. May those who hate you for who you are bow at your feet. May you eat the fruit of your labor. May your light shine so brightly it overshadows hate. And may your pain turn into peace. And may Lagos, this beating heart of Nigeria, always remember that our rainbow children were never a mistake, were a miracle. Let's blossom in our quiet joy. We're not going back into the closet. And those that are still in it, we will wait for you to come out with love and peace. We're not lowering our voices. That's not going to happen anyway. We're not waiting for permission. We're taking spaces. We're here. We're home. And we're whole. And this is Lagos Pride. Have a celebration. Thank you so much.
To trying to remember some of the other speakers, but yeah, a lot of other speakers too, and always presented by Timile, I think hosted by Timile, the main host and the brain box behind Pride of Lagos. It was a very, very fantastic and interesting one, and we're very, very proud of him. So we'll just give our 2 cents on what we felt about it and call out some of the key things that was done. And giving that opinion is with me, Chimereze Henry Awunaya, my co-host from Toronto Studios in Canada. Chimereze, how are you feeling today?
I'm fine, co-founder. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'm your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, all the way reporting live from London, UK. QE Talk starts now.
Fucking busy. That's my technique. That's my technique. That bitch, Bisu, right in left cheek.
Amazing. Pride in Lagos, a lot of interesting moments from Pride in Lagos, and you saw what we were even nominated. I forgot to add that too. We were also nominated for, I think, that was campaigner of the year, QE Talk. I mean, even though we didn't win, but yes, at least being nominated is still a win, or being recognized is still a win. We'll continue to do our good works, whether with awards or not, whether with recognitions or not. But we thank God for every recognition we get, and a shout out to Pride in Lagos for actually even deeming us fit to be nominated. May God reward you all. So it's over to you, Pride in Lagos. What do you have to say about it? What are the key things that you found that you would like to say?
Your video is going to start shortly, but before your video starts, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. A huge apology to Pride in Lagos. We got the invitation to be at the event, but unfortunately, our representatives were not able to get to the venue of the event. I'm using this opportunity to apologize to the organizers and to QUEERCITY podcast and Pride in Lagos, that we are truly sorry from QE Talk that we weren't able to be present at the event. What happened was that there was so much traffic from the sides of our representative, and the Uber to get to the location, because the location had been moved once, the Uber to get to the new location was quite expensive, and I wasn't told on time that the fare was more than the budget we gave them for the event. We had prepared to be there, but unfortunately, we weren't at Pride in Lagos to cover up some of the events and to get some clips. My deepest apology. We will make sure that next year we are fully there, and we will also try to cover the event and report the news on time. Thank you for the nomination again on Pride in Lagos and QUEERCITY podcast. Thank you so much. We truly, truly appreciate what you do and keep doing the good works you do for us and for the community. Thank you.
So Pride in Lagos happened on the 27th of June 2025, and it was held in a said location in Lagos, which we are not going to disclose because of security reasons. There were good persons in attendance, though the Pride in Lagos was shifted twice, or was shifted once. It was supposed to, I think it was supposed to be held on the 15th, then it was moved to the 27th, but I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. But it happened on the 27th of June, which is Pride Month. Like Mr. Kelechi had rightfully said, Mr. BC Alemi flew all the way from the UK to come to that event. I watched his live stream and he gave a very impressive story of how he has been able to overcome and the things he's presently working on. Mr. BC Alemi, I just want to put it on record, BC Alemi, kudos to BC Alemi. Though I've called BC Alemi in different occasion and in different time when I felt it was necessary to call the activists out, but in this occasion, BC Alemi has been gracing and has been moving and also impacting our community. BC Alemi was there. We saw the viral video of somebody lap dancing to BC Alemi that was posted. More activists were there. I think even Chujoke, the activist who worked with TS or who had appeared in TS podcast, was also there. So many other activists were there. We got nominated as the campaigner of the year in we sat line with Color Space and Afro Hub, and kudos and congratulations to Color Space.
Africa Hub.
Africa Hub. Well, congratulations to Color Space who won that award category. The only thing I have to say is that I just felt like QUEERCITY podcast should have known our name correctly, because every other person's name was spelled correctly, which is Q Real Talk Media. I think that correction needs to be made. We are not Q Real Talk Show, we are Q Real Talk Media. We are a registered media house in Ontario, Canada. So QUEERCITY Talk Media, that is the name we are registered by, not QUEERCITY Talk Show. We are not a show, though we do have documentaries and report news, but we are a media house that cater first to LGBTQ community and also inclusive of other news. That's why sometimes you will see us report some, or in the past you will see us report certain news. Other than that, I think the event was amazing. Our apologies to QUEERCITY podcast, because our representatives was supposed to be at the event. Balam was not able to get to the event because of the Lagos traffic and the ridiculous amount it was for him to get to that place. We had already made arrangement for the first event before it was cancelled, so when the event was postponed, for us trying to gather our funds and also be there for the second event, we had unforeseen circumstances that made our representative not being there. But regardless of that, we acknowledge QUEERCITY podcast, and we want to thank them so much for the nomination. We thank you for the good works you are doing for the community, because there are so many other organizations, but QUEERCITY is the first to say, okay, let us start giving awards to our community. And I have to give Timmy how do you pronounce his last name? Timmy Lion. I have to give kudos to Timmy Lion for the creative mind to bring out an award and even recognize us. It is amazing. Thank you so much, QUEERCITY podcast. Thank you so much, Timmy Lion. Thank you, Pride in Lagos. A clip, by now you'll be seeing different clips, the African culture. We should support our own. We should support our event. QUEERCITY podcasts have done ballrooms, they've done different events that have portrayed, they have even brought the Vogue culture into the Nigerian LGBTQ space. Unlike many of our organizations, which is only treating STDs and STI, QUEERCITY podcast started as a podcast. They have brought in the Vogue culture, they've done ballrooms, they've done documentary, and kudos to QUEERCITY again. Over to you, Mr. Kelechi Chafo.
Thank you so much, Chimeze. I would like to give it to QUEERCITY, QUEERCITY Media, because they're actually the convener of this Timilai that goes by name. This was a very, very fantastic one. You see people coming out through from LGBTQI community members like Liba, BC Alemi, to even a fantastic popular media or influencers like what's her name? I think Kemi Mora Deyo, and even Venita from the Big Brother Nigeria house. She was there twice. So that is the cousin of the guy called Neo. For those that watch Big, so Venita is very, very popular. Almost even made it to the finals of Big Brother Nigeria. She was both in the Big Brother Nigeria, I think Pepe then, and the Big Brother Nigeria All Stars. The All Stars, she made it to the All Stars. So yeah, I was surprised that she was also part of it. So it shows how much they are trying to gather the community or build a very, very strong platform pride. Anyways, one final question before we leave, which is the question on that a lot of, because in as much as we praise them, we give our flowers and praise and give them this thing. Also, sometimes we have to ask those that also criticize. We're all talking about, oh, why are they doing this? Oh, this and that. Lagos is in a homophobic country where 14 years imprisonment is still for the LGBTQI people. People are being killed. Ketos are running rampant. People are dying. LGBTQI members are being killed. Rather than saying pride in Lagos, we need to focus on solving matters that actually matter to LGBTQI person. Continue. I want to ask a question. Is there truly pride in Lagos? Or does Lagos truly have something to be proud about? What do you have to say to those sayers, those other people that come from those school of thought?
It's still the same thing with people who will say, is there a need to celebrate in Nigerian independence or Independence Day? Is there a need to still celebrate America Day? But we still celebrate it regardless. I feel like everybody is not called to the same ministry. Everybody is not called to the same duty. And each of us are activists in different way. You and I, we are media activists, and that is what we are. There are some people who are called to be just cultural upholders, and I think that's what QUEERCITY podcast is doing. QUEERCITY podcast is putting a little bit of joy in the sorrow we have. Even person, they lose person. They know they chop. They chop now. After you cry finish, you go still ask where Gary they, where rice they are one chop, because hunger go prepare you. You're getting. So I honestly believe, yes, we have pressing matters. Yes, this matter should be addressed, but these matters cannot be addressed in those kind of places. We've already built a platform that address this matter, and I honestly believe that QRU Talk is the campaigner of this matter, and we will be the one, because God did not give everybody the same passion. You're getting. There is varieties, and that's what makes us a beautiful culture. But at the same time, I think when these events are held, they should also bring activists who speak in different areas. You're getting. BC Alemi is not an activist that will talk about keto, and we know what BC Alemi's campaign is. We know what Reverend Jide's campaign is. We know what Kelechi's Chafo and QRU Talk or Chimereze's campaign is. So we should bring different activists from different spotlights to also grace the event. That is my only feedback to them. Yes, this event should be held, but please also put an avenue. It's the same thing as in Pride Toronto. Yes, there should be the parties. Yes, there should be the drinking. Yes, there should be the clubbing. But at the same time, there should also be the seminar. There should also be the before, during, and after the parties. So even though these things may not happen during the event, it can be spoken about after the event or even before the event. So let us look at the whole situation. Let us try to campaign. You're getting. Let us try to carry everyone along. That is my own. Even during Toronto Pride, I happened to go to Toronto Pride, and in Toronto Pride, we were looking for a stand. QRU Talk, we were looking for a stand, and I noticed that you had to pay $5,000 as a small business, 6,000, 7, even to 12, 15,000. people were paying for stands. And for even non-profit organization, you have to pay like from 500 to 200 dollars for non-profit organization. And I find that ridiculous. I find that appalling that community members who have small businesses could not even get a small space to even talk about their businesses. We know community members who don't even have good job because of the trauma they've gone through, because of the abuse they've gone through, and they've managed to open maybe a water business or a soda business. We should also carry everyone along. So even though we are looking at all these events, there are still loops in each of and every one of our community. The one in Toronto, the one in Canada, the LGBT community in Canada, the one in America has its loophole. Nigeria also has its loophole. But regardless of our loopholes, we should continue to spread joy, but at the same time, we should talk about the pressing matters. During those events, did we give references to those who were before us? Did we also give references to those who have passed on? Because in such events, they should have honored someone like Fola Francis. Fola Francis, who did a great and amicable job. She should have been nominated too. Because she's not here doesn't mean that her work should not be spoken of. We see what's her name, PJ Marshall or Marsha P. Johnson, even after many years and decades of her laying to rest, the American community, whenever they are doing an event, yes, I'm right, they always put a place to honor Marsha P. Johnson. We should also honor those who have sacrificed their life. Abuja area mama sacrificed her life for this community. There are so many people who have sacrificed everything about them for this community. And I think that we should honor them and we should recognize them. I know this community is full of hate, but we should also acknowledge the people before us and after us.
Thank you so much for that, Chinyere. That was a fantastic edition. That's what I think that's one thing I also wanted, and maybe next time Pride in Lagos should consider giving what they call lifetime awards or milestone awards. And I would like to see two people, Fola Francis and Abuja Area Mama, put in the lifetime or Hall of Fame, or maybe LGBTQI Hall of Fame or something. They can get creative with the category and maybe Hall of Fame or this thing, like milestone ones, and just give it to them. And here we are celebrating them as a milestone. We'll continue to celebrate LGBTQI people for milestone and LGBTQI milestones rather. And in this segment, we are celebrating Pride in Lagos, convened by QUEERCITY Media. That is a very, very fantastic one that you guys did. Thank you all so much. And that's now our offering for this episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you on the next episode. Peace out.